This is coming from Jeddah City, Saudi Arabia. If you guys, inshallah, يكون في فايدة بإذن الله. If you guys don't know, a while back, a YouTube show presenter by the name of Ghanem الدوسري started a bunch of series detailing the corruption going on in Saudi, and he brought amazing knowledge to the people of Saudi, and he uncovered all the dirt that our government has been fucking shoveling on their dirty deeds. To explain the situation pretty quickly, basically today, or tonight rather, is the 15th of September 2017, and Ghanem الدوسري, you can find him on YouTube on his channel Ghanem Show, Ghanem Show. There's been a well, not an uprising, just a small demand by the public to have their lives restored, to live in decency again. Well, not again. To be completely frank, this public has never lived in decency in this country. It's been there's been nothing but turmoil in the past 3 years, ever since, or 2.5 years, ever since the ruling class changed up a bit and we got our new fucking owners, really, because this country is basically slavery. People here are trying to basically make a stand and say, we want jobs, we want housing, we want our economy restored. And the government has only responded with slander and disrespect and nonchalant carelessness towards the public, and basically not giving a shit, not giving a damn about who suffers and who loses their family members. Yeah, man. Police officers are just swarming the streets right now. They're just one after another. You can find them. Like right over there, I don't see, like, you can't see the angle right now, but once I pass through this stoplight, you can basically find a cop car. Another one. This must be like the fucking 15th one that I've seen today. They've been swarming all the streets with these cop cars to try and stop the people from saying anything. And it shows that they cannot deliver. They're pressing to get their rights. They're trying to get what they deserve, which is freedom, financial stability, job stability, housing stability. There's that fucking cop car. They're just sitting next to the mosque, just in case. Even though there's nobody here. Nobody showed up. What they did was they basically fished out cop cars to show what is going on in this country and how protective it's becoming. Because they want to keep their asses right on the power, the power chair. I don't know what I'm fucking saying. Well, to basically conclude what is going on, go follow Ghanem الدوسري. You can find him on Twitter at GALMASARIR. That's his account on Twitter. That's his Snapchat. That's his Snapchat, rather, I think. And he has a YouTube channel called Ghanem Show, or Ghanem Show, GHANEMSHOW. And find out if you're interested in what's going on. If you want to find out, like, why did the protest happen in front of the Saudi embassy in London, you should go and watch the videos over there, especially if you speak Arabic, because all of his videos are in Arabic. If you do not speak Arabic, ask someone who does speak Arabic to translate for you. And if it is possible, please, if you are capable, please put subtitles on his videos. We need to put subtitles on his videos on his YouTube channel and distribute them in English so people understand what has been going on. And this is not just an outcry or just complaining. People are starving. There are people with PhDs that can't find jobs because the money is being held up at the higher ups. There are people with no houses. There are people with no food. There are people with no clothes, no new clothes. There are people with just sandals. They can't buy shoes. There are people that became homeless. There are so many things that people had to go through in the past 2.5, 3 years. It's been dragging people down, and if this situation goes on, I can't see it getting any better. So we need to find a solution. And even if not a lot of people showed up to protest or whatever, people are afraid for their safety because it is a possibility that people get locked up. Not just locked up, they get treated horribly, whether it's through torture, whatever that happens in there, in those prisons. It is dragging people down, and all they wanted to do was just come out and speak their mind. See, there's a cop car right there. One more cop car. Can you see it? He's just making... They cannot deliver on services for the people, and they cannot deliver good governing to... You know, I gotta say, like, this movement really put this nation on its heels. People are astonished. They never expected such a big reaction from the police, from officials, to be like, we need to protect ourselves. People are understanding that now. The officials or the higher ups, as you say, are getting scared. They realize that there is an imminent threat coming over, and they're doing their best to try to deal with it, but all they did was show that they're afraid. All people asked was to voice out their opinions, and they're not even allowed to do that. Cop cars were everywhere. People were promised imprisonment. And that basically tells me, you know, just to let you know, this is like an off-the-cuff type thing. I didn't really... This is more of like an improvisation of... These snaps are all basically improvised. I just went on the street to see what was going on. I'm not planning to go on the protest or anything. I'm not trying to get myself fucked up. But the reason why I could get fucked up is that if the government really decides to put you behind bars, you know, they can do that. They have the fucking power to do so because it's so fucking corrupted. But the people have said so many things on social media that now the government got scared. Just saying shit. I just passed by 2 main roads in this city, right? 2 main roads. And I've seen close to 20 cops. Just talking made the government afraid. It's crazy. Like, I just passed by cars so far, between 15 and 20 cop cars, all patrolling the city, and I didn't even get to the site where people decided to gather. And I don't know what to say, you know. You made a difference, Ghanem. You made, like, just you speaking out your opinion after, you know, the grace of God, you know, whatever it is, you know, you got a response. You made the government respond. And they responded with fear. Fear against the people. They tried to instill it, but really, I'm doing these videos in English even though we're in Saudi. I'm just trying to explain the situation, basically. They only showed the fear that they have in their own selves from their own people. It's crazy. This is incredible. I know that in London there's a protest in front of the Saudi embassy that was supposed to occur today on September 15th, and it's in accordance with the hoping that, you know, somebody will hear about this, because this is incredible. I've never seen a government response like this before in my life. Never. The protest that is supposed to happen today as well, and in Saudi, in all of Saudi, in different cities all across the country, it just went into flames. The whole situation in every city. If you look at Snapchats, if you look at, you know, the social media, you will find that people have they scared the government. The people scared the government. So if you want to know more about the situation, follow somebody called Ghanem الدوسري. I'll give out his. So this is the place where the protest is supposed to be occurring, and if you look over there, there are 2 cop cars right over there by the mosque, and if you look even further, you can see the flash right over, like there. There's the flash of a 3rd cop car, really far away. They're just locking down. Back to Ghanem الدوسري. So he is basically a public hero at this point. Everybody is looking up to him, the street and the surrounding area, really. Social media accounts. I'll say, I'll give you the accounts and everything. He gained a huge amount of respect from the public, and even though there isn't like an actual protest like you saw in other parts of the Middle East right now, but this is a start. Rain starts with a drop. You can't just expect people, what's the saying? 1,000-mile journey starts with a step.